In this show, we talk about how to distribute your podcast and how we're all special snowflakes. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 42 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into it. Today, I'm looking out the window. It is a muggy day in England. It's super humid and grey. I feel like we're in the eye of a storm. It's been like on-off raining today, and it's weird. We're meant to have like this unbelievable British summer on the way right now. So it's kind of miserable, kind of grey, kind of bleak. A fun fact for this episode, that affects my mood a lot. I get way more down in winter. On a day like this, I can really feel it. And as soon as the sun comes out, I get instantly more positive. I get really elated. I know that's pretty common, but I've been intrigued. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys experienced the same thing.
This question is from Rin. When creating a podcast, what do you think is the better way to reach a bigger audience or more clients? Should you follow the trend or be different and make your own trend?
That's an amazing question, actually, from Rin. Appreciate having you on the show again. For everyone else who is watching but has not yet asked a question, hit me up on social media. Twitter, Instagram, all the places you can find me. You're wasting it. The fact that people are able to get on the show twice really shows that they're kind of tuned in and savvy. They're getting the direct value to their questions. So I encourage everyone to get involved. But Rin's question is definitely a good one. First of all, I think in terms of distribution and getting in front of more audiences as a podcast, trends and originality, that is only one slice of the pie of marketing that you should be looking at. For example, this show, right? I market this show in a large part through social media. So I put out content around it. I plug it up. I encourage people on my Instagram and social media to come and listen to the show, watch the show on YouTube. And that's part of my marketing strategy. But I also mention it when I'm on live hangouts on Design Cards and other places like that. I go on other podcasts because that's a very native kind of localized experience for those listeners. That's not a big drastic jump over. If they're listening to a relevant like entrepreneurial or marketing or branding or design podcast, and then I mention this one at the end, if I'm being interviewed or something like that, then it's a pretty easy jump over just to go, oh, well, I already enjoy listening to this type of podcast. I'm going to go check his out. So that would be a very big tip, is to like think of distribution, which is native to the channels in which you want to reach people. I.e., if you're a podcaster, go get on other podcasts in your industry and try and siphon off those audiences into your own listenership. Back to the bit about trends though, and I would say I'm a huge fan of, not always following trends. I like to be disruptive. That's the kind of person I am. I do it with my company. I do it with this show. I do it with my personal brand. I don't want to just follow the mold. I want to do something different. I'm a big believer in it. I've mentioned the purple cow thing from Seth Godin. The premise being, if you saw a purple cow, you would really like triple take. You'd be like, what the hell is that? You wouldn't be able to look away. I think that is the mark of fantastic content. That's the mark of a really successful brand. It's something that makes people sit up and take notice, because we live in a very busy world, and especially podcasts. There are a bajillion at the minute. There are so many. There's so much noise. Same on social media with content there. And so you have to do something disruptive or different or original. And I think if you're chasing trends, that is always going to be in someone else's shadow, right? Like we can jump on trends in terms of, I don't know, if there's like a trending hashtag or a phenomenon that's happening in the world, we can contextualize that, talk about that on our show or on our Instagram content, and then kind of leverage that to get more eyeballs on it. That's fine. But in terms of like your entire brand, your entire podcast and your marketing strategy, if you're always just chasing the next big trend, I think it detracts from your own original voice. I think you're just kind of following someone else's lead. And I think it's a losing formula. I think you should be the one trying to set trends. And I see this all the time with people I help. For example, people making digital products. It's the ones who are truly original and do something that other people end up following. They're the ones that really, really kill it. And the ones who are just doing a cheap knockoff version of what a bigger name is doing, i.e. following their trend, they do okay, but nowhere near in the same league, nowhere near as well. So in terms of your podcast, think of like, How can you stand out? And I would argue one good way to stand out is by combining disparate parts that make you you, because we're all special snowflakes, we're all super unique. And so take this show, right? It's very honest, it's very transparent, but equally it's credible because I've been there and I've done it. And so I've got these different aspects which I kind of bolt together, which make me me. And the end recipe, I hope, is something that is more unique than a lot of podcasts. I'm not just regurgitating advice. I actually live and breathe this stuff. I really, really care about my community. I really have built a decent sized business with a decent sized team. I really try and put out value every single day. I'm really honest. I share stuff about like my mental health, stuff that formerly I was terrified to share because I was like, oh no, I can't expose that to the world and to my team. And now I just share it all. I just put it all out there. Hopefully that's a unique blend. That's a unique recipe that is, giving the show the traction is currently showing. And so I would enforce that for your show, Rin. Think how to be the purple cow. Question of the day: what is your unique blend? What makes you you? And what few kind of trends, what disparate trends come together into a unique concoction that makes you stand out? Hey, thanks so much for watching this episode. Really, really appreciate you being here with me. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe right here on YouTube. Remember, tick the little bell icon so that you get proper notifications. I really hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you'll stick around for the upcoming episodes. I really want to keep bringing you as much value as possible. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys soon.